Hi there. Thanks for joining me at Jackie Yoga Therapy. Today we're going to do a chair class that's all seated in the chair. So I will recommend a block and a strap. We'll be using it here and there throughout class, but again, can totally do it without having any of those. I would recommend though a nice chair, no wheels, sturdy chair, no armrests, and I have mine on the mat so it doesn't move around as much. If you have carpet at home, that's fine. I also have the wall pretty close back, so the chair can't go anywhere either that way. So go ahead and get yourself set up if you need to, and then meet me all back in the chair. And we're going to start with some breathing. Our feet are about hips width on the floor, they're touching the ground. If you need to have your blocks under the feet, you can do that. Eyes start to close or gaze softens. And I want us to be peeled a little bit away from the backrest. So we're using those core muscles. The posture is starting to get a little more taller. We're lifting through our chest, rolling our shoulders gently down and back, grounding through our sit bones. So we're lifting through the front, grounding along the back. Hands relaxed on the thighs. Slight tuck of the chin. And let's start with 3 breaths. We're going to engage that low belly on the inhale, opening up through the belly, expanding outward, and then exhaling, just letting go, letting everything soften. Inhale, belly expands, ribs perhaps open as well. Exhale, with control, everything returns back to normal. Inhale, belly opens, ribs flare. Exhale, relax. So let the breath settle down to its normal rhythm. I want you to feel here as we're sitting through the sit bones, through the feet. Are you feeling like you have equal weight through both legs? Or are you leaning off to one side? If you are, I want to see if you can pull it back to the middle a little bit. Hold it there the best you can. Oftentimes, if we have one side that is not as strong as the other, we might just naturally drift off to one side. I want you to try to engage those core muscles and come back to the middle. Inhale, exhale. So we're going to start some shifting of the weight in the chair. So we're just inhaling as we lean forward, chest comes over our knees, almost like we're getting ready to stand up from the chair. And then exhale back to the middle. So we're just going forward, feeling the weight, the pressure come through our feet, and then back through to the middle. One more like that. Inhale, exhale. And then as you come forward, we're adding in the arms here. So arms will come all the way out in front to start. Inhale. Exhale, pull them back like a goalpost. And then inhale, reach them all the way out. And then exhale, slide the shoulders down and back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, gaze is down at the floor. Exhale. Hold, hold, hold. And then inhale, arms reach all the way out in front. And just let those hands drift towards the ground. Again, you can have your block in front of you. And just let your head drop as well. Let the back round out here. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, roll it all the way up. Growing tall with our posture again. Again, being mindful if we're drifting one side to the other, coming back to middle. Inhale, shift your weight forward, arms reach out in front. Exhale, sweep them all the way behind you. Keep them straight. Squeeze, and then inhale out ahead. And then exhale, sweep them behind. See how high you can get them up behind you. And then one more. Inhale up. Exhale all the way back. And then inhale through all the way. And then exhale. Let the hands drop to the floor or the block. One more forward fold. And we're working with what we have. If one arm doesn't like to move as far as the other, that's okay. It is where we are at right now. Inhale, roll it all the way up. All right, arms are going to come out to the side now, kind of like a T. So now we're going to challenge that lateral balance. So again, if you need the wall near you or even another chair, I want you to be mindful of your surroundings. So we're going to really try to focus on those side muscles of our belly. So we're going to reach out, stay lengthened. We're trying not to collapse down. We're trying to reach our fingertips straight out and up. Inhale through middle. Exhale, reach off to the other side. Try not to let the hip of the opposite leg lift up too much. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Grounding through your feet, especially that opposite foot. Let it counterbalance you. Last round. Out, middle, out, middle, and shake it out. Very nice. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop down. Your right arm will land onto the chair, and we're reaching that left arm up and out, kind of at a diagonal as we fold to your right. Again, we're trying not to collapse. We're trying to stay lifted and lengthened through that left side. And add a little rotation up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, rotate down towards the ground and drop that arm, sweep it all the way off to the other side of the chair. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, reach that right arm up and out as you come off to the left side. Inhale, rotate up towards the sky. Opening up through the upper back of the chest. And then exhale, chest towards the ground. Drop that arm out in front. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the block or the floor. Go ahead and spread those feet a little wider here. We're going to have our hands up on the block. Your right hand will stay on the block. Open up to the left, nice twist. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly let that hand drop to the block. Left hand on the block, open up to the right. Breathe. Strong through that left arm. Fingers spread of the right arm. And lower on down. Good job. Inhale all the way up. And again, shake it out or flick those fingers. Let the chin drop towards the chest. Feel a stretch to the back of the neck. And then inhale, back up through to your mountain pose in the chair. Block can come off to the side for a sec. We're going to step, it'll be your right leg out. And then we're going to try to straighten the left leg, kind of like your warrior two pose. So this leg will come either all the way straight or you might find it a little bent. It just depends on the flexibility. Same thing with your right leg. Toes, mine are kind of more at a diagonal versus all the way out just because I'm really tight in my hips this morning. So we're going to work with what we got. Arms will come all the way up. We look over your right fingertips, spread those fingers apart, take up some space, be mindful of what your body is doing, trying to pay attention what we're moving or how we're moving in space. What's the left arm doing in the back here? Is it starting to drift down? Can you lift it up? Shoulders drop. One more breath. We're dropping your right arm onto your thigh, or if you have your block, you can go deeper. I'm going to hold it at my thigh as I fold over to the right side for side bend. My chest is still lifted. I'm not collapsing through. Strong through my right arm, so I'm not sinking into my shoulder. I'm lifting away. And let's reverse it. Let's come all the way. Inhale. Exhale, drop that left arm down to your left thigh and up and over. One more breath. And warrior two. Very nice. Let those arms relax. If you need a big lift or help to get that leg up, use your arm to help. And step it on up to the middle. Inhale. Exhale. Let's step that left leg. Think like even exaggerate that step. Really be mindful of lifting it up and out and straightening through the right leg. One side might feel tighter than the other, and that's okay. Again, we're being mindful of how our body's feeling, and we're honoring that and knowing that's okay. So go ahead and try to get your feet kind of along the same line if you can. I know it's a little harder in the chair. And then inhale, arms up. Breathe, fingertips wide. How's your posture? How's that left arm, your right arm behind you? Is it starting to drift down? Try to lift it up. Stay strong, fingertip to fingertip. Now this is where we're reaching out earlier. I want you to reach out for that wall with your left fingertips. Drop your arm, and then you can lift up and out, just like our side bends. Inhale up through middle. Exhale, reverse. And warrior two, middle. Drop the arms and find mountain pose. And pause for a breath. Feel the ground underneath the feet, the chair under the hips. Connect again with your posture, your breath. All right, a couple other exercises in the chair for more of the core here. Well, we're working the core through all of this, but we're going to be targeting it a little bit more here. We're going to start with feet about hips width apart, some space between the knees. And we're going to have our arms by our side, or they can be on the hips here. Shift your weight, just like we kind of did at the beginning of class, off to your right. Lift the left leg as best you can. It might only come an inch off the floor. Maybe the heel just comes off, and that's okay. And then slowly lower. It's all about control. Doesn't matter how far you go, how fast you go. Shift off to your left, lift the right, and then slowly back down. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. We're trying to stay nice and stable at the core. We're trying not to round forward as we lift, trying to stay nice and tall. And last one, very nice. Drop your arms by your side. Stay with just the legs if you want, or we're adding in the arms. So we're inhaling, opposite arm, opposite leg. Inhale up, exhale down. Same deal. I'm trying to stay as still as I can at the top. I'm going nice and slow with control, up and down. And yours may not look like mine, and that's quite all right. Last round. And relax. Very good. I'm going to use my block next, but again, you do not need to have it. I just using it since I have it, just for a little extra engagement of my thighs. And it'll help keep me in a better alignment for this exercise too. You could even use a ball if you have it, or a pillow, just something to squeeze if you want to add a little extra. So I'm squeezing the block. Okay, I'm settling into my chair, got my posture, squeezing. And now I'm going to inhale, straighten my left leg all the way up, pull the toes back, and then slowly down. So you're going to feel it at the top of the thigh. Inhale, lift as far as you can, and then exhale down. Two more each way. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more each way. Inhale, squeeze, and lower, and squeeze, and lower. All right, you know what's coming. We're going to add the arms in here. So opposite arm, opposite leg, yogi's choice. Stay with the legs if that was challenging enough, okay? So inhale, up, exhale, down. If you're noticing any strain in the back of your leg, that's just saying that maybe you need to do a little more stretching for the muscles in the back of the leg here. So that can happen. That can be normal for a lot of us. Feeling a little tension back there as we straighten the leg. Last round. And lower. Very nice. So I'm going to have the block in my hand. Again, though, you could use a ball or just hold an imaginary ball here. So we're going to scoot towards the edge of the chair. So if you've ever seen yoga or done it before on the floor, we're going to go into our boat pose, but we're going to keep the feet grounded. So a boat pose is, I'll show you from the side at first, is where we have our upright posture typically, but from here, we're just going to lean it back until you start to feel more of that low belly and the core start to engage here. We're trying not to round out as we lean back. We're trying to keep the chest lifted, okay? That's why you need a little bit more space. So I want you to scoot towards the edge as long as you feel safe with that. We're inhaling. Exhale, lean back. First, just hold it here. Get a feel for it. See if you can go a little farther back. And we have our block or our imaginary ball. We're going to lift it right out in front. Hold, inhale. Exhale, squeeze if you have the block. One more breath. And then pull it all the way back up. You can just kind of relax your head a little bit here. Cross your arms over each other. Rock it out. Two more variations. We're going to come up through. I'll come through the side for this one. You can stay right where you are, okay? So exhale, bow. Feel that engagement. Inhale, block up. And then exhale, hold, re-engage. And then inhale, block all the way up. Exhale, down. Or we have our imaginary ball. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale. Two more. Inhale, you got it. Hang in there. If you need to come out of it, you can. Inhale up. Exhale. And then relax. All right. So we've got two options so far, Yogi's choice. You can stick with the first option or the second option. Third one, we're going to add a little more of a diagonal movement, so it might be a little bit harder, okay? It's kind of like we're rowing the boat now. So we're going to come up, lean back, get settled through the feet. This time, we're going to inhale the block all the way up. Exhale off to your right hip. Inhale up. Exhale off to your other hip. Inhale up. Exhale. Rotate. Inhale. Rotate through the trunk. Don't let the arms do all the work. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Back through middle and relax. Inhale. You can drop the block if you had it. Hands come into prayer. And then last pose here, we're going to inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, rotate, opposite elbow, opposite thigh. I'm starting off to my left. Breathe. If you can't reach your thigh, that is just fine. We work with what we have, as I always say, and that's okay. Inhale through middle. Exhale, other side. We're trying to get most of the movement at our upper back, which can get just a little bit stiff throughout the day, or just with certain movements or times of day, or lack of movement, I should say. And inhale through middle. Relax those arms. You can scoot back in the chair. Relax back into that backrest. Finally. Arms can relax on the thighs. Just let the eyes close or the gaze soften. Tuning in one more time to the bottoms of the feet. Feeling any energy or aliveness in the bottoms of the feet. And work your way up through the legs, even if it's hard to feel the legs. If we again have any of the numbness, tingling, or sensation is lacking in the legs, we're just trying to make that connection. You can have your gaze softly at your legs or your thighs. It's not always what we're doing. It's definitely, we're working on how we're moving, but we also need to work being mindful of what we're feeling when we're moving and how we're moving in space. Feeling the backrest supporting you. Shoulders relaxed. Wiggle the jaw, relax it open, the eyes, the forehead. Letting it all melt. Let the tension melt away. Feeling proud of what you did today. Being kind and gentle to yourself of how you did. We're all in this together. We're lifting each other up. Let that smile spread across the lips. Let the hands maybe come one hand over the other over the heart. Just take the last seconds here to think of a couple things that you feel grateful for today. Really let them sink in. Let a smile spread across the lips, eyes, heart. Feel that gratitude, happiness, warmth. And as always, I'm grateful for you all who have tuned in, joined in, tried this at home. Great job. Namaste.